This is the Marshall Middleton Bluetooth speaker, and this review is going to look at this speaker from the point of view of a DJ wanting a speaker that they can use maybe at home as a practice speaker, and maybe for small parties, maybe for outdoors, maybe van life, anywhere where you need a speaker that's portable but that's potentially loud enough to allow you to practice or play for a small party of people, and that's portable and rechargeable. So here's the thing. The problem with this kind of speaker is that all of them out there, bar a few, have got an issue that means that they're useless for DJing with, because they might have on the back of them a socket that lets you plug in your input so that you can have a wire going from your DJ controller all the way to the speaker, which is important. You can't just link the DJ unit to the speaker with Bluetooth, even though they're Bluetooth speakers, because one, that no DJ gear has got that on it, and two, the latency or the gap between what you do on the DJ gear and what you actually hear is way too big with Bluetooth. You need a wire, right? So in the past, any speaker that you can plug a wire into or with an auxiliary input will be fine. But what's happened in recent times is that these speakers have got cleverer and cleverer. And in doing so, in having all the features that we're coming to expect of them, like built-in graphic equalizers that make small speakers sound better and that do it dynamically, which is all done on a chip inside the unit, or to press a button and have them link with other versions of speakers from that company, so you can kind of do a party mode and everyone who's got one can put them around the room and make it louder and louder. To have all those things, these need to have a DSP or a digital signal processor inside, and that introduces latency, not only on the Bluetooth input, but on any wired input it might have. So the JBLs and the Bose speakers of this world and so on are increasingly becoming useless for DJs. And why do DJs need no latency? Because when you're beat mixing, when you're listening in your headphones, you want the music in your headphones to be coming out at the same time as the music from the speakers. Otherwise, beat mixing becomes difficult, and it's really off-putting to hear different in your ear to what's coming out of the speaker nearby, right? So you do need that zero or low latency. So this review is about whether this speaker can do that. So how did we test it? Very simple. We got a wire from our DJ controller, plugged it into the speaker, set the thing up, and did a test. Let's do that now, and once I've done that, I will talk you through the features of the speaker. Okay, so I'm hearing that it sounds pretty good, right? That's stopped now. Pretty good. It's not perfect. And trust me, I've beat mixed on vinyl with speakers for decades and decades and decades, and I know the difference between perfect and latency. I'm gonna just listen one more time and tell you how good it is or how bad it is. Okay, there's a noticeable delay on what's coming out of the speaker compared to what I'm hearing in my headphones. It wouldn't worry me DJing. It's close enough. The feel is pretty good. When you're not comparing it to headphones, it feels pretty tight. I could perform tricks with it. If you were a scratch DJ, it probably wouldn't be good enough because it's got to be millisecond tight. But for everyone else, including people who've grown up with manual beat mixing, probably okay. You'd notice it. You'd certainly notice it, but it's doable. I would happily DJ on that speaker, which means it gets our silver award for that feature, which means that it's not ruled out for DJs if you like the look of it. So now let's look at the other features of the speaker and decide, hey, is it worth having? So look, the speakers, if you like the rock look, because it's based on a Marshall stack but shrunk, the speaker is nice. It's heavy, obviously premium. It's got this kind of faux leather cover. It looks like a miniature Marshall stack, so a bit kitsch, but you might love that. It's got the speaker on the front where you'd expect it on any kind of Marshall amplifier, but also quite cleverly, it's got speakers or grills on the back and sides as well. So the audio does kind of come out all around it. It's got a decent battery in it. It lasts for 20 hours. I think that's probably why it's so heavy. So it gives you a feel of a premium speaker that's weighty, that's gonna last. It's not gonna easily get damaged or kind of break. It's got that expensive feel, which is not surprising because it's quite an expensive speaker. Now, it's also got some features on it when you're using it that I really liked. So this very Marshall-esque metal kind of chrome knob at the top here in this kind of copper color. Has got the volume control on it, and it's also got a skipping track. So you press it up and down for volume, and you notice that here the volume control is moving up and down on this LED here, which is great. You get 3 brightnesses and then it moves up or down a bar as you press the volume control. I like this. It shows you how much headroom you've got on there. But also, and I absolutely love this, you've got a bass and treble here. Now you can hardly see them on the camera, but if I press up here, you see again this is going up. That's the bass going up. And if I press up and down on this one, that's the treble going up and down. You see it jumped to where it was last set. Bass and treble on a unit like this is really, really nice, because these units have apps, right? You can download an app and link to it, but you don't want to do that to adjust the tone. I love having that on there. I think that's great. Also, that little LED gives you a feedback of how much battery you've got left. You tap this one here, and that's how much battery I've got left. So I'm nearly fully charged on the battery front. Round the back, we've got a USB-C, which is used to charge it, but it's also used to plug in, say, your phone if you want to use the battery in there to charge an extra device. So if you're running out of power on something, you can plug it into there and charge it. Obviously, that's then going to use your battery that much quicker. And the line-in socket around the back as well for plugging a lead in from, say, your DJ controller if you want to use it for that purpose. It's got a really sturdy carrying strap that came with it, which is just as well, because as I say, it's quite heavy. So, quite heavy, loud, long battery life, really usable feature set, which I appreciated, and usable for DJing. Our silver award for DJing with this. You can do it, which is nice. It's better than most. It's not cheap, but then again, you're paying for a premium product with all those things I just mentioned. And if you like the Marshall aesthetic, you like the Marshall look, then I think you're going to love it. We can recommend it. So a great Bluetooth speaker, a good speaker for DJ practice and for small parties. So we've got a full written review of this over on the Digital DJ Tips website, which you can see a link for up there. But if you want to come and comment on this, you can do that underneath the video here on YouTube if this is where you're watching it. For more stuff like this, just subscribe to the channel. But more importantly, if you want to learn to become a better DJ with us, subscribe to Digital DJ Tips, the world's leading DJ school. It's free to join, and in doing so, we will give you a copy of Rock the Dance Floor, the #1 selling book from Amazon on how to DJ, which is from us. So if you're interested in how it's done, the 5 steps in this book are going to get you started, and you get a free copy just for signing up for free to the Digital DJ Tips community. So go to digitaldjtips.com/join or click the link to do that. And I'll see you in another review very soon. Meanwhile, get good, get out there and make the moments.